Using the example of just one Russian region, we will show how our regions are developing, what a huge number of all kinds of production facilities are being opened, modernized, and expanded. And it's happening in almost every region of our country. We recommend watching it to the end because you will really discover a lot of new things. One of the key factors contributing to the growth of industrial production in the Tyumen region is active investment activity in the region. In the Tyumen region, industrial production grew by 9.3% over the year, with growth in the manufacturing industry, even higher than 13.8%. Industrial output in the Tyumen region has grown by 50% in 5 years. In cumulative terms, the increase amounted to more than 100 billion rubles. For 2023, the turnover of the district's industrial enterprises amounted to 26 billion rubles. The Tyumen region's goods are currently competitive and have the potential for further development. Among the region's leading enterprises in the industrial sphere is Stekletech, which is the only high-tech glassware production facility in the Urals Federal District. The company produces 310 million bottles a year. For example, the Vinzelinsky clay gravel plant, whose catalog includes more than 100 units of products, has defined for itself one of the most important directions, the production of new types of products, analogs of imported ones, namely the production of lime plaster mixtures. Pure plaster mortars without added cement have so far only been produced by foreign companies. Unique for the Urals is also CIP Zilstroy, where cement-bonded particle boards are produced. CIP Neftmash is a part of HMS Group, one of the largest Russian and CIS manufacturers of pumping equipment for oil and gas complex, power engineering, housing, utilities, and water management. Stamost takes part in the largest construction projects in the region, supplies products throughout Russia and for export. It produces 40,000 tons of steel structures per year. Pishma Avtodor is one of the leaders of the road industry in the Tyumen region. Its capacity allows to put into operation up to 100 kilometers of highways per year. And the LLK International branch annually produces almost 50,000 tons of oils, which are not inferior to the world leaders in terms of quality. All these enterprises bring the Tyumen district to the second position in terms of industrial output in the region after the oil-producing UED district. In addition, oilfield service enterprises are also included in the import substitution theme. For example, the Sabermashi plant, whose specialists are actively involved in research and studies on the UED territory. In the field of import substitution, produces innovative equipment for the oil and gas complex. Domestic raw materials for the production of rubber compound with the necessary technical characteristics were selected and in-house production independent of imports was established. Previously, raw materials were bought in the USA, Holland, or China. In terms of technical characteristics, Sabermash's development is not only on par with Western analogs, but also surpasses them. Own high-tech equipment allows the company to achieve records. In January, specialists from the Sibermash group drilled and brought to the surface a 102.5-meter-long core column at a well in the Verknesolimskoy field. Thus, a new record was set in Russia. The depth of descent was 3,200 to 3,300 meters. Core diameter, 100 millimeters. Drilling time, 11 hours and 15 minutes. The previous record was recorded by Tyumen-based Sibermash on November 13, 2023 at the Verknesolimskoy well at 79.1 meters. Production of all-terrain vehicles Kishnik is also being expanded in the Tyumen region. To open a new shop, the company's management purchased the building of a former butter factory in the village of Bezino. Spring, plan to install equipment and set up production of machinery. Megwest plans to increase turnover, recruit. Will produce all the same things plus new promising developments. Today, the company has 2 production sites in Bezino and Ovsianikovo. That's about 4,000 squares. Today, the company has 103 specialists on its staff. Welders, mechanics, electricians, assemblers. The staff of the new shop is ready to accept employees without work experience. There's on-site training. 5 all-terrain vehicle models and 12 trailers are produced by Megwest. Components for all-terrain vehicles are purchased from large Russian factories. Metal is purchased from Tyumen producers. Most of the parts come from the GZ plant. Despite all the difficulties, the manufacturer annually increases the volume of output. In 2022, 61 all-terrain vehicles and 9 trailers left the workshops of the Tobolsk enterprise. In 2023, 79 vehicles and the same number of trailers. The Tyumen region also continues to see growth in food production. At the end of January-November 2023, the increase amounted to 115.5% in comparable prices to January-November 2022. In the first 11 months of 2023, the production of other food products increased 2.2 times to the same period. Processing and canning of fruits and vegetables by 1.7 times. Vegetable and animal oils and fats by 18.2%. The manufacture of a grenade launcher. Finished animal feed increased by 11.8%. Dairy products by 10.6%. Products of the flour and coarse meal industry. starch and starch-containing products by 8.7%, meat processing and canning up 3.9%. 2024 promises to be no worse. The Tumen plant Landis will launch production of popsicles as early as March. Planned volume, 600,000 servings per month, 7 million per year. The recipe for this type of dairy, over 100 years old. The necessary equipment for the production of popsicles has already been purchased and installed. Packaging has been ordered and test trials have been conducted. Yamal products will appear on the shelves of the United Arab Emirates. Food production and agriculture is progressing in Yamal as well. In the 23rd year, reindeer herders broke all records of previous years in the supply of delicacy reindeer meat. Priobi Agricultural Cooperative from Salikard became the winner of the international contest Best Product 24, which was held in Moscow within the framework of the exhibition Prod Expo. The competitor presented for tasting chur, cheekbone. The jury members especially noted the weak salted spicy, as well as cold smoked checker. These species won the gold medal. The cooperative won silver for its production of Ecolo dried back of shoker. And soon Yamal products will appear on the shelves of Arab countries. A number of events are planned in the United Arab Emirates for the Northern Culture Week in the spring. An agreement has already been reached on exporting the district's food products to the market of the United Arab Emirates. FLANS, Organization of Permanent Trade and Fair Exposition of Yamal, also in Tumen, produces equipment for sports grounds. This is what the leader of the street workout movement in the Tumen region is doing. Citizens could see green tourniquets in many areas landscaped in recent years. It is noteworthy that those working on this production know perfectly well what should be on the site, calculate to the smallest detail the parameters of shells and equipment, study which of them are popular and which are of less interest to residents. The Tumen region will also start producing sorbents for the oil industry. An automated production line up to 1,200 tons per year will be installed. Scientists of the Siberian Federal University worked on sorbents for utilization of oil and oil product wastes. Seoul Inspiration was able to attract a foundation grant in fostering innovation in 2018. The funds were then used to refine the sorbent. Today, the product has a high sorption capacity, 75 kilograms of oil absorbed per 1 kilogram of sorbent. For comparison, peat and moss-based sorbents absorb only 9 kilograms of oil. The company buys raw materials for the production of sorbents from Russian manufacturers, and there are enough of them. The Tumen Sipgaz apparatus plant opened the first production of new polymer pipes for the oil industry in the Urals Federal District. Here they developed production technology, studied demand, and made investment decisions. In a short period of time, we built a new line, launched it, conducted tests, and reached commercial production. Here they produce not just a Russian product, but a regional product from raw materials of polymers produced in Tobolsk. Production capacity of the shop, 600 kilometers per year. Sipgaz apparatus, the largest enterprise in the Urals Federal District, for the production of modern polyethylene pipes and components. More than 200 people work on 16 technological lines of the plant, producing up to 40,000 tons of finished products per year. The plant joined the Polyplastic Group in 2016. Polyplastic has 32 plants with a total capacity of 750,000 tons of products per year and 41 trading houses in Russia, Belarus, and Kazakhstan. There is its own research institute and training center with regional branches. NT Rus has released a line of cylinders for magnetic powder flaw detection. The kit consists of the components black magnetic slurry, white primer, and cleaner. All components are manufactured in Tumen. Production is fully localized. Magnetic particles for the suspension are taken from Tumen volcano waste. Together with our partners, we first produced and patented the formulas, then purchased the necessary materials and set up a production line. Tumen cylinders have the highest sensitivity class A, which is suitable for production, to detect defects in aviation. There are few such offers on the market. Magnetic powder flaw detection is one of the most reliable and effective methods of non-destructive testing of metal structures. NT Rus is also building an X-ray machine for flaw detection. This is the first import substituting development in Russia based on reverse engineering. From 2024, mass production of equipment that can be used in various industries will begin. Earlier, the company has already launched production of portable flaw detectors. A plant for the production of guar gum will also be built in the Tumen region. Erection of the building on 8 hectares should be completed by the end of 2024. The guar bean processing and gum production plant will consist of 3 sections: preparation, extraction, purification. Production line, prefabricated, part from India, the rest Russia. The frame of the building itself will be made of steel structures. The plant is scheduled to reach full capacity by 2024. 30,000 tons of seed per year will be processed. Finished product volume, 10,000 tons of guar gum. Guar gum is used in the oil and gas sector for hydraulic fracturing operations. Also, the product of guar processing is used in the food industry in the manufacture of dairy products, yogurt, ice cream, in bakery and meat products, in cosmetology and pharmaceuticals. The Tumen Company starts construction of workshops for the production of casing string running systems. Bogadinsky Industrial Park. The company will produce import substituting equipment for the oil and gas industry. These are casing running and casing drilling systems. They are used in service operations during drilling and well construction. This equipment is not yet manufactured in Russia. It is purchased abroad. There are Canadian and American-made specimens. It is planned to set up their production in Tumen. The sequel follows. A Tumen company starts to produce heating units for Russian oil companies. IQ-Tech has been manufacturing beam individual heating units, pumping stations, heat and water metering units for 2 years. Domestic components are used for production. The Tumen Company is ready to replace foreign analogs. Up to 70% of installations in the country use foreign brands. With the imposition of anti-Russian sanctions, the market was freed up. The Tumen plant performs a full cycle of production of equipment for engineering systems. Pre-project studies. Design, manufacturing, installation, service. This is how our regions are developing. And that's just one area we've listed.